Our first class of middleweight bears, we have 5 entries in class 13. Emily Stenger, Ryan Stenger, Jared Callahan, Aislyn Cunningham-Pepper, and Kaylin Daly, middleweight class. And we'd like to make sure we recognize our middleweight sponsor, Powell Equipment Services. Thank you to Powell Equipment Services for your sponsorship of the 2021 Dearborn County Swine Show. And for those swine exhibitors interested in showmanship, we do now have a sign-up sheet here at the announcer's table. So Announcement and Livestock Farm, if you are interested in showmanship here following the completion of the market portion of our swine show, we'd love to see you sign up for showmanship. Showmanship sign up at the announcer's table.
Yeah. Yes. Sissy's out there. Yes. Yeah.
After a brief discussion between Tyler and I, we both agree this is probably one of the more challenging classes top to bottom. You just start sorting the details and picking these hogs apart. There's a lot of things they have in common, and there's a lot of pieces that you have to work with that are a lot different in terms of type and kind. For us, though, I think the one that puts the most positives together is the young lady in the cheetah print sparrow. You studied the massive power. We talked about that all night. That's the big skull, big chest, and busted open barrel that just has the most neat animal shape. And yet, when you get him out here in this ring, he drives around throughout the duration of our discussion and does so effortlessly. From there, it gets a little more challenging on mine. I think there's a couple different directions you can go, but for me, I think the most logical thing to do from here is the dotted up barrel the young lady shows right here to go in second. Just keeping the priorities in check in terms of establish the power of taking these hogs to the rail and the finish. He's got the most meaningful shape of the remaining livestock out here. And when you watch him go in, he's still correcting his angles to a skeleton. Maybe just not as attractive up front as fresh in terms of the shape, but really a nice animal coming second. From there, I think there's a trio of barrels that offer some give and take. And I think if you were to line these up in any given direction, I'd be willing to listen to a quality judge describe it. But for me, I think the Berkshire Hog's going to be the next one in our lineup. You study this one coming and going in terms of flexibility, range of motion, and yet still having that overall dimension and power. You get on top of this one, it gets maybe not plainer relative to our class winner or contemporaries, but really when you watch this one go with, there's a lot of general product and mass and power. I'd love to see how this one cuts out on the rail. From there, I think it's an interesting discussion between the young man's red barrel and the young man's all white barrel on the far side of the ring. For us today, I think there's just more mass and power in the white hog, just in terms of muscle shape and dimension. I think there's just more real genuine product. From there, the little red barrel comes out here and drives. I'm quite fond of these hogs, so it's difficult for me to make that decision. But for us, he gets just a notch plainer in terms of his rib and center cavity. And you study this one in his handle junction. He's probably the most fluid in terms of muscle up high. But really appreciate this young man's animal in terms of flexibility and range of motion. Thank you. Let's give him a big round of applause as I go back to the ball.